What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Smack Talk. Last night's episode of SmackDown Live definitely had some interesting points that we wanted to share with you, so let's just get right into it. John Cena opened up the show, and he decided to address his match last week against Shinsuke Nakamura. Cena talked about how Nakamura was able to earn his respect because he was able to beat him, and he was a very tough competitor in the ring. And last week, after SmackDown Live went off the air, Baron Corbin attacked his rival Shinsuke Nakamura from behind, which forced John Cena to make the save, and Cena, which resulted, in Cena putting Baron Corbin through the announce table with an attitude adjustment. Now, as John Cena was addressing the WWE Universe last night, Baron Corbin decided to interrupt, and he declared that all he needed was the Money in the Bank contract, and how John Cena could take the respect that Shinsuke Nakamura had earned, and he could shove it. So this resulted in Daniel Bryan announcing that John Cena will face Baron Corbin at Summerslam. And WWE has a real chance here to elevate Baron Corbin and have him beat one of the greatest of all time in John Cena. Now, in the past, WWE has had the Money in the Bank contract winner go on a bit of a losing streak, only to have him have a successful cash-in later down the road. But Baron Corbin isn't ready to be a world champion, and a win against John Cena at one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year for WWE would be a huge step in the right direction and would elevate Baron Corbin significantly on his quest to become WWE champion. Let's move on to this week's episode of The Fashion File, starring Breezango. Now, Tyler Breeze and Fandango have seriously found their niche that fans can't seem to get enough of in The Fashion Files. Each week, the duo is seen trying to solve cases about who destroyed their office or who killed their horse, and fans just can't seem to get enough of it. It's always bringing a smile to my face, at least. And WWE has always seemed to have a soft spot for comedy acts, and Breezango is showing that that is still the case. And hopefully this leads to a title match down the road, possibly after SummerSlam for the two, as the SmackDown Live Tag Team division is seriously lacking in direction as of late. Aside from the Usos and New Day rivalry, there really is no direction going forward into the future. And fans wouldn't mind seeing a Cinderella story that sees Breezango win the Tag Team Championships somewhere after SummerSlam, because as we've seen in the past, the team of Heath Slater and Rhino were able to capture the inaugural SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships, and fans love that Cinderella story. So don't be surprised if WWE thrusts the Breezango tag team into the title picture sometime after SummerSlam. Fans saw a grudge match last night between Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal with no Singh brothers at ringside, which gave the slight advantage to Randy Orton, as Randy Orton over the past several months has come within seconds of regaining the WWE Championship if it hadn't been for the Singh brothers. Now, this was a solid match overall, which in the end saw an RKO out of nowhere help Randy Orton pick up the win over the WWE Champion Jinder Mahal. Now, an interesting decision was made by WWE last night, and that was to not have Shinsuke Nakamura appear live on the show. He was involved in a backstage segment and a pre-recorded interview with Renee Young, but other than that, fans did not get to see his great entrance, his charisma in the ring, his great ring abilities. All they saw was a backstage segment and a couple sentences in the interview that he had. Now, this was a mistake made by WWE, as Nakamura is one of the most popular stars in the company, but the mistake didn't overshadow the end of the show, which saw Rusev attack Randy Orton out of nowhere right as the show was ending with a super kick and lay him out to end the show. And this was a great way to continue to build the feud between Rusev and Randy Orton as the two head towards SummerSlam, where they will have a match against each other. And it's just a great way to elevate Rusev as a legitimate threat to beat Randy Orton at SummerSlam as well. So that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode of Smack Talk. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you could like, share, and subscribe, we'd really appreciate it. And make sure you guys tune in tomorrow for our pay-per-view rewind of the week. And this week we're going to focus on WrestleMania 30, so I'm sure you guys are going to really like that. And so thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.